I'd love to open up an image and get rocking in Photoshop, but you need to understand some fundamental differences between Illustrator and Photoshop. And the black and white you see here in the tools, and here in the white and black you see here in Illustrator in the tools, in the toolbar. This is a white fill and this is a black stroke. In Photoshop, this is the foreground color and this is the background color. See, set background color, and then the tooltip will eventually say set foreground color. Okay, clicking it only opens up the color picker, and I'm going to go ahead and cancel that. There is a fill under Edit. There's fill, and it says the shortcut is Shift F5. Ignore that. If you want fill, Shift Delete opens up the fill dialog box. And you see it, there's 50% gray here. I use that a lot for a dodge and burn layer that I make. But then there's foreground color and background color. So if I choose foreground color, which is black, and click OK, it turns black. And if I hit Shift Delete and choose background color, it's going to go white when I click OK. But wouldn't it be nicer if you could just do this straight from the keyboard? Look, if Shift Delete opens up the fill dialog box, and I'm going to hit Escape. Left and right. Look down the left side of your keyboard. See Shift? There's Shift right there. Below it is the Option key. It's on the left of the Command key. Option Delete fills with the foreground. Command Delete fills with the background. Foreground, background. Foreground because it's in front of that. You know, if you do this, all you've done is, you can change the background color, but notice the focus didn't change. If I hit the letter D, I can go back to the default colors. Foreground, background, Option, Command. Shift Delete brings up the fill dialog box. Hit Escape. Option Delete fills with the foreground color. Command Delete fills with the background color. It sounds like, how is that important? I'm going to be working on it. You are going to be filling things in Photoshop quite often. And these shortcuts are something I want you to practice. I want you to get used to. Shift Delete, pull up that fill dialog box and hit Escape to get rid of it. Option Delete, fill with the foreground. Command Delete, fill with the background. And if you change to some weird colors and you want to get back to the defaults, well, what was that shortcut? What did I say? The letter D for default. No command, just the letter D changes you to default colors. And you might wonder, well, how do I swap these two colors? The letter X for exchange, X for exchange, D for default. Got it? Practice that. I want to see you. Fill it. Because when you got a document open, I may say, hey, add a new layer. Fill it with black. And if you're fumbling around and you have some other color here and you don't know how to change that to black, I'd kind of prefer you learned how to do that, right? You can also click right there. But the letter D is so much nicer because it's right there. Your left hand's hovering over the keyboard. Learn these things. Fill dialog box, fill with foreground, fill with background. Nothing has to be selected. You just have to be on a layer, and it works like magic.